Assalamualaikum everyone and salam sejahtera to Dr. Hadif Kaur. I am the first presenter from Group 7. Our group cover topik job design and we choose Pusat Darah Negara. Before I begin, let me introduce myself and my group members. My group contains 5 members, which is me, Muhammad Abdul Ashraf bin Alias, Muhammad Azri bin Muhammad Hatta, Muhammad Hafiz Ilyas bin Muhammad Lawi, Nur Amira binti Ishaq, Sharifah Akilah binti Said Abdul Naha, and Sri Wahidah binti Osman.
Let's begin!
A group of female British Red Cross volunteers started the blood bank service in Malaysia in 1955. At first, the service was accessible at the Kuala Lumpur General Hospital on Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Every month, between 25 and 44 contributors were obtained through this effort. The military, the police, the government employees made up the donors at the time. After 15 years at the service inception, up to 5,830 blood units and at least 13,860 successful compatibility tests have been conducted. In 1970, the blood center at Hospital Kuala Lumpur was relocated to a different facility to the growing demand for the service. The Director General of Health, Ministry of Health, officially opened the structure in April 1972 under the name National Blood Service Centre. The Ministry of Health was given control over the National Blood Service Centre, which is led by a director. The director was in charge of all blood services, which include finding donors, collecting blood, processing it, testing it, managing the inventory, and performing clinical transfusion. Starting in 1975, the Blood Service Centre has played an important role in the standardization of work rules, methodology, region, and blood tube equipment throughout the country. In 2002, National Blood Centre was built in Jalan Tun Razak and it was inaugurated by the Prime Minister's wife, Datuk Sri Hasmah Muhammad Ali. The building is stately and magnificent to date in ensuring the collecting of blood and ensure a safe, clean and quality. Definition of the key terms based on job design. Job design is a process that companies use to create a new job or add duties to an existing job. This enables the organization to more easily accomplish its goal by having more personnel take on greater responsibilities within the business. Job design may entail creating a new role or merely changing the range of responsibility held by an existing post. For instance, a business could add responsibility to a graphic design role that go a little beyond design work. In essence, it comprises merging key responsibilities and skills to complete a certain task or project in order to maximize value and performance. Job design helps to determine what tasks are done, how the tasks are done, how many tasks are done, in what order the tasks are done. Job design is important because it is a guidance that employees will follow when performing their roles. Additionally, a well-designed job will help employees to develop their skills, increase motivation and productivity, which will have a positive impact on the company's performance.
Hi, my name is Nur Amira binti Ishaq. Next, I will explain about the human resource management best practice. To be understanding, job design in human resource management best practice is the process of establishing employees' roles and responsibilities and the system and procedures that they should use or follow. The main purpose of job design or redesign is to coordinate and optimize work processes to create value and maximize performance. Job design essentially involves integrating job responsibilities or content and certain qualifications that are required to perform the same. It outlines the job responsibilities very clearly and also helps in attracting the right candidates to the right job. Further, it also makes the job look interesting and specialized. The 7 human resource best practices are providing security to employees, selective hiring the right people, self-managed and effective teams, fair and performance-based compensation, training in relevant skills, creating a flat and egalitarian organizations, making information easily accessible to those who need it. The first human resource best practice is providing security to employees. Work is a constant aspect that is highly significant to most individuals, while life is unpredictable. Having an employer who enables the employee to provide for themselves and their family is, in essence, the number one reason why people come to work. There is both a formal contract, labor for money, and an informal contract, you put in some effort, we take care of you, between the employee and the employer. Employment security enables employees to go home after work and provide for themselves and their families. This concept of security is essential and underpins almost everything HR does. When this employment security is threatened, for example, when there is a restructuring or a layoff, you see this immediately ripple through the organization. This human resource best practice also ensuring safer working environment for the employees. The second HR best practice is selective hiring the right people. This enables an organization to bring in employees who add value. The process of recruiting and selecting the right people with suitable characteristics and people who can fit well into the organization's culture. There is approximately 5 to 7 steps in a typical employee selection process at Pusat Darah Negara. The exact steps will vary by organization, but the basics include announcing the job, reviewing application, screening candidates, interviewing, final selection, testing and making an offer. You cannot just hire anyone. You want people who are fit for the job. Companies do their utmost best to hire exceptional people because they add the most value to the business. There also needs to be a prioritization of building a structure and fair selection process. This reflects legal requirements, internal diversity goals, and that a more diverse workforce between reflects society. This can be hugely beneficial for understanding wider consumer behavior and the needs of different customers. The process of interviewing and evaluating the candidates for a specific job and selecting an individual for employment based on certain criteria, which is qualifications, skills, and experience. And employee selection can range from a very simple process to a very complicated process depending on the firm hiring and the position. Next, we all know that teamwork is crucial in achieving goals. High-performance teams are crucial for any company when it comes to achieving success. Teams provide value because they consist of people who are and think differently but are working towards a common goal. This means that different ideas are generated to help achieve the goal. These ideas are then processed and combined, resulting in the best one being selected. Employees at Pusat Darah Negara do the job rotation in their operation. This may help to avoid monopoly, provides an opportunity to broaden knowledge and avoiding fraudulent practices. This also increasing employee motivation and productivity. And the design of any job should take into account its effect on both security, intrinsic interest, and variety, opportunities for development, stress level, and attitude of the person performing the job. The best teams are cognitively diverse and psychologically safe. This means that team members can generate ideas that are different while feeling comfortable bringing this up and discussing them. Fair and performance-based compensation is the fourth human resource best practice. It has everything to do with compensation and benefits. By hiring the right people, there are need to compensate them above average. These are the people that will add the most value to the Pusat Darah Negara if they want to retain them and pay them fairly. This is an example that shows how different best practices work together to provide more value than they would alone. The human relation approach used by Pusat Darah Negara introduce a human touch to deal with the problem of over-specialist jobs. Under this approach, over-specialist jobs needed to be redesigned to become more satisfying and rewarding to the employees. In this case, selective hiring, contingent compensation, and employment security, paying people above the norm also has some potential disadvantage. For instance, it discourages bad employees to leave. However, if you consistently hiring world-class performers, and above average compensation is a must. This also can improving the quality working life of employees. As an organization, you want to specifically retain your criticals. There are people with unique skills such as hard to replace, who are very valuable to the business. That's why senior manager, usually most of which fit this category, are often offer these benefits.
Hello, good morning Dr. Hadif Kau. My name Muhammad Azri bin Muhammad Hatta. In my presentation, I will focus on human resources best practice. Number 5. Training in relevant skills. The first point, the Pusat Darah Negara should invest heavily in training time and budget for its employees. After recruiting the best people, Pusat Darah Negara need to ensure that they remain the frontrunners in the field. This has become even more relevant today as the rate at which technology is developing is growing exponentially. This is where learning and development come in. Learning has become a way to stay innovative, grow faster, and sustain a competitive advantage. Employers at Pusat Darah Negara need to increasingly invest in the skill-specific form of training. In addition to formal learning, on-the-job learning also plays an important role. Increased focus on feedback, coaching, and peer learning plays into this. And the last, enhancing employees' skill by identifying their training needs. Number 6. Creating a flat and egalitarian organization. Egalitarianism is a trend of thought in political philosophy. An egalitarian favor equality of some sort. People should get the same or be treated the same or be treated as equal in some respect. Although there are some employees are more critical than others for the organization success. This should be communicated in such a way every employee at Pusat Darah Negara is a valuable member of the organization and should be treated as such. This is impressed with common canteen, company uniform, and similar sickness and holiday entitlement. Although not every employees in Pusat Darah Negara get the same treatment and benefit. Such an egalitarian culture should that everyone deserves equal respect and could help in promoting the sharing of ideas. And the last, facilitating the interest of employees toward the job and enhancing their satisfaction. The last, human resources best practice. Number 7, making information easily accessible to those who need it. The first point, information sharing is essential. This is an area where a lot of large companies struggles. How do you keep track of who know what, so you know where to go with your question? Establishing high-level standards for customer service and making the communication process clear and effective in the organization. Management and employees at Pusat Darah Negara may do open communication about strategy, workflow, and operation that create a culture in which people feel they are trusted. It truly involves employees in the organization. As an additional effect, it discourages hearsay and negative informal chatter. The last, human resources activity often contribute to communication across the workforce. This could be creating subgroups for people from diverse backgrounds. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Sharifah Akila binti Syed Abdul Nahar, and I would like to continue my part, which is outcomes or implications from the HR best practices. Okay, according to the practice before, these are 3 outcomes that can we see based on the practices in Pusat Darah Negara. So the first outcomes in company is we can see any potential customers for any position without pertaining the employer, because of job position, it somehow can help the employee or staff to learn new skills or knowledge in different areas, which can increase their development, so the company can focus more on their complex production line by secreting their internal employees later than start searching for new one. As we can see, it can help this company to reduce turnover and keep the employee that is familiar with the company flow. Thus, job rotation is the worldwide strategy because it gives benefits to both parties. Okay, for the second is, for the next outcome is to give employee more responsibilities and variety in their work. To inspire them, it is because they can have complete control over their work, which can lead the employees may be motivated to perform more and well support the accomplished objective. From that, it can increase employees' job satisfaction, as well as assuring their experience, since it is very crucial for them. Pusat Darah Negara has an internal guideline that was created by the employees to help other segments to be a better based on their experience. It can somehow create a good surrounding in the company, because with this mutual understanding, it creates a sense of empathy between the hierarchies. Okay, for the next is for the outcome, it can help develop and retain the best evaluative management, because more employees, it is because when the company implements job and enlargement, it can give the employees some new experience in learning at the early other works that can be used in future. For example, if the company has a shortage of manpower in a certain task, they can hire other employees or staff to do their work. Thus, it can save their costs in terms of, at this moment, recruitment, teaching, and much more. In addition, it can increase the satisfaction of employee in the company, because they did not only do one job in the company. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Afiq Shad. Today I will present about outcome or implication. Number 4 is positive behavior is promoted. Keeping the employee happy and productive is and should be the main priority of human resources and the organization. When employees are engaged and happy, they are productive, and when they are productive, organizational goals are met. So, positive behavior is directly proportional to achieving goals, which is why human resources need to maintain a healthy work culture around the organization. This is where online human resources certification course can lend a hand. This course can expose you to the latest team and trend in human resources so you can choose the right path to keep your employee motivated and engaged. Number 5 is employee development. Satisfied employees are bliss for any organization. Good human resources practice satisfy employees and encourage them to contribute to a company's success. Training, knowledge, and skill can increase a business competitive advantage. Effective organization focus on the positive effect of human resource by helping employees train, learn, and improve. This company also provide resources for employee education to learn and use the knowledge to contribute to the organization growth. Number 6, a flexible workplace is built. Good human resource practice reflect a shift in demographic in the workplace. The new generation of workers, the millennials, expect different conditions than those of the older generation. The effect of good human resource practice on this diverse workplace relate to employer flexibility. Because organizations are looking to retain employees, they are ready to provide a flexible workplace, including the flexible design of work environment, assignment schedule, the composition of work teams, accountability method, communication, and format. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Sri Wahida. I will be presenting the suggestions and the conclusion. Okay, we're going through for the first one, suggestions. Our suggestions are that we must consider quality over quantity. When employees have a lot of tasks to do, the quality of the work they can do can go down. Also, it leads to a lot of stress. National blood banks need to find a way to keep their workers busy without giving them too many big jobs. Giving employees some freedom can help them do their job on their own time and in the way they prefer. When tasks are boring and don't make you feel important, you won't enjoy your job. The best way to set up a job is to have a mix of important and less important tasks. The 5 most important parts of job design are skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and job feedback. This model of job characteristics should be used to improve job design by a company. Okay, let's talk a bit about each of them in turn. Okay, the first one is skill variety. When there are different ways to do a job, employees are more likely to try them. When team members use different skills to finish a task instead of using the same set of skills over and over, the work gets done quickly and well. The second one is task identity. Task identity means doing all of the work yourself from A to Z without having to ask someone else to help. When a worker is told to finish a project or piece of work from start to finish, he is motivated and feels sense of task identity. Employees will feel like their job have meaning if they can work on projects from beginning to end. In the job characteristics model, task identity is one of the things that affect how meaningful a job is. Employees will care less about their work if they can only do a small part of several projects and never see the end result. This will lower employee motivation. So, it is important to give employee enough time to finish the task they're given. Okay, the third one is importance of the task. Task significant is when employee gets to do a work that improve the life of another people. A worker will be more likely to do his job if he knows it will help another people. For instance, a firefighter will do his job well because he or she have to save the life of people who are in danger. The fourth one is autonomy. When employee have flexible hours to finish a task, they are more likely to finish it before deadline. Employees should be able to make decisions and be able to do their job in different ways. When employees feel like he has no control over his workplace, he lost motivation. When employees have a lot of freedom, it makes them happier and makes them more productive. The fifth one is feedback on a job. Employees can be motivated in many ways, especially when they are praised in their work. There should be a balance between how much negative and positive feedback is given to the employees so they stay motivated for a longer time. Employees feel pretty good about their job when they get feedback from their work. The overall is when a job has these 5 qualities that I have mentioned. The workplace will be more interesting and employees will want to do the different tasks they are given. So, they will feel more responsible and know more about the result of the work. Okay, now we look at conclusion. Job design is a method for making jobs that are both interesting and valuable for employees and the company. The second part is important because the rule need to fit into the organization structure and help you reach its goals. If this isn't true, the role is useless and should be taken away. This shows how hard it is to find the right balance when making jobs. Some jobs has to done even though they don't inspire people. In this case, the professional in OD still have another tools to use. Some of these are good management, making a strong vision and culture that brings people together and keep them there, and choosing people who thrive on stability and predictability. When job design is done well, both the manager or OD practitioner and the employee can have a lot of fun and learn a lot.
For the reference for our presentation, we are refer from Wikipedia Pusat Jalan Negara, CIPD Job Design by Johnny Gifford, CCOHS Job Design Answer Fact Sheets, 7 Human Resource Best Practice, a mini guide to HRM by Evic Van Wolpen, How Human Resource Management Practice Translates into Sustainable Organizational Performance by Russell S.F. Sama M. Wang, M. Zhang Y, and Zhang Y. HRM and its effect on employee organizational and financial outcomes in healthcare organizations, how to boost, measure, and improve HR effectiveness by core assist, and the last is how HR managers can overcome common challenges by John Sherman.
That's all from our presentation. Special thanks to National Blood Center staff, especially Staff Nurse Claudia, Staff Nurse Sabira, Staff Nurse Shamala, Staff Nurse Shima, Medical Laboratory Staff Fasha, and Sister Larissa. Thank you once again for your time and attention today. Till we meet again.